Hello everyone. We are a team from the Faculty of Engineering, Cairo University Department of Systems and Biomedical Engineering 4th year. Today we will talk about Bluetooth Low Energy or BLE, the Bluetooth protocol for the Internet of Things. What is Bluetooth Low Energy? If you are using a smartwatch or a fitness tracker, it is almost likely that you are using a Bluetooth Low Energy or BLE device. You can think of Bluetooth Low Energy as a low-power Bluetooth designed for the Internet of Things. Here is something very important that you should know. Even though both classic Bluetooth and BLE are designed and marketed by the Bluetooth Special Interset Group, the two technologies don't interoperate. What that means is that you can't get a BLE device to talk to a Bluetooth classic device directly. You may ask, how is it possible for the BLE device to consume significantly power than Bluetooth classic? This is because the radio of the BLE device sleeps between transmissions. The radio transmits and goes back to sleep. And not just like that with BLE, even the connection times for faster. This allows the BLE devices to sleep longer as they connect fast, transmit, disconnect and go back to sleep. Third, BLE transmits smaller packets so that data is transmitted faster and the radio can go back to sleep fast. BLE was introduced in 2010 as part of the Bluetooth 4.0 specification. The BLE is a new technology that is designed for the IoT with a very specific use case to transmit small amounts of data at lower speeds while consuming very little energy. BLE operates at the 2.4 GHz ISM band, the same spectrum as the Bluetooth Classic.
But what are the differences between Bluetooth Low Energy and Classic Bluetooth? Let's see.
Both operate at the same band, which is 2.4 GHz. A device with BLE cannot connect directly to a classic Bluetooth device. They can talk to each other through a dual Bluetooth device such as a mobile phone or a PC. Classic Bluetooth has a range of about 100 meters. It can transfer data with a rate from 1 to 3 megabit per second, so it can transfer streaming data as audio. It is always on. That means that if we have two devices connected over the classic Bluetooth module, only one request will be sent at the beginning and then data will be continuously transferred. The problem with classic Bluetooth that it has high power consumption, about 1 watt. On the other hand, Bluetooth Low Energy is designed for IoT applications. So it can transfer sensor readings or a state but cannot transfer streaming data. It works by sending a request, then send, for example, a sensor reading and sleep until it's the time for sending it again. Bluetooth Low Energy has a range of less than 100 meters and a data rate of 1 megabit per second. BLE is ideal for wearable devices as it provides low power consumption, 0.01 watts to 0.5 watts. Devices like headphones, iPods, and mouse use classic Bluetooth module, but devices like smartwatches, wireless keyboards, and remote controls use BLE module. Should I use BLE module in my application instead of Wi-Fi module? It depends on what your application does, so let's see what's the differences between these modules. Wi-Fi can transmit at a speed of up to 1.3 gigabits per second, so It is ideal for bigger files and data, but Wi-Fi requires 10 times more power than BLE. Another issue is once you join a Wi-Fi, the device will be on the constant lookout for a Wi-Fi network without asking for permission. For BLE technology, the client has to switch on the Bluetooth facility in their phones and allow location detection. The client can opt to receive in-store or indoor notifications. If your application is for commercial purpose, then using Wi-Fi will be good if you want to make sellers able to track their customers and recommend them offers, for example.
What about Zigbee? How it differs from BLE?
BLE has a much shorter range than Zigbee, but it also has a much higher data rate. Zigbee is a local area network, so unlike BLE, it is not intended to connect to devices directly around a user. Instead, it connects to devices that need a wider range. Because of this, it's an ideal protocol for home automation and smart lighting. BLE and Zigbee are actually quite complementary to each other. There are times someone would want to use BLE for IoT applications, and there are times when Zigbee is a better choice. Only in the last year have Zigbee and Bluetooth started to compete in this space. Some researchers are finding that a combination of BLE and Zigbee can make for very strong personal and local area network devices.
We know that before BLE was developed, NFC had been used in most of BLE applications now. But, what's the differences between them?
The big difference with NFC technology is that communication between a device with an NFC chip and an NFC chip without any energy source is possible. On the other hand, although BLE consumes less energy than an active NFC chip, data transfer with a BLE chip without an energy source is not possible. BLE replaced NFC in many applications such as mobile phones, but NFC still present in those circumstances where the use of an unpowered chip is necessary, such as bank cards. Bluetooth Low Energy technology offers new opportunities for designers and developers of Bluetooth applications with several key advantages, including ultra-low peak average and idle mode power consumption. Low power requirements: it can run for several months of years on standard coin cell batteries. Small size. Low cost. Multi-vendor interoperability. Compatibility with large base of mobile phones, computers and tablets, and communication range. This opens up a wide range of exciting possibilities for this technology. The main markets where Bluetooth Low Energy is perfectly suited are sports, fitness, security and proximity sensing, home entertainment, and health and wellness. And now we will discuss some for the biomedical applications. A cardiovascular patient had a tiny wearable device with BLE technology implanted somewhere into his body. At some moment invasion is started. The patient does not notice the onset of an irregular heartbeat or a slight cold sweat, or other minor symptoms. But the sensor has already sent an alert to the mobile application and the apps connected with a doctor or healthcare facility. So, they will, for example, send an ambulance for him. Introducing Beware industrialized beacons for tracking movable assets. Usable Bluetooth. Beacons transmit their data through to the cloud and displays it directly on a mobile device or website. Beware easily integrates with third-party software, e.g. telematics, asset, or inventory management. Dispatch. Beware Beacons gives you real-time location of inventory, containers, equipment, and tools. Take a loading dock with pallets tagged with beacons, and BLE Wi-Fi gateways seeing all the inventory. A truck arrives for shipment X loading. Shipment X arrives at customer's location. The driver also sees 3 empty pallets for pickup. The driver delivers shipment X and picks up the 3 empty pallets. Meanwhile, the dumpster is scheduled to be emptied. The specified dumpster comes in range. The sensor on the beacon detects movement which confirms the completion of the job. Take a situation where important equipment might be left behind. An audible alert signals when the equipment is missing. So, the asset is collected and the vehicle is fully equipped. Finally, the Beware solution can also automate the inventory process. For example here, the employee makes sure that the site inventory is complete. If an assigned asset is not present, then the system will show it. Once the asset arrives on the site, the system updates to show inventory is complete. Let's make comparison between BLE beacons and RFID tags in healthcare field. If low-cost tags are extremely important, passive RFID will always win. You're never going to make a BLE tag for less than $2, whereas passive tags can cost pennies in high volume. If you want to track assets as they move through a choke point, passive RFID is ideal. It acts as a point of presence scan in a number of situations. For example, shipping organizations may use RFID tags to make scanning both faster and easier through a conveyor belt. Airlines may put RFID stickers into luggage tags so passenger bags don't need to be scanned with a barcode reader. If you want to gain discrete point-of-retail tracking capabilities, passive RTLS may work well for you. Many OEMs will pay retailers to place RFID scanners on their product shelf so they know exactly how many of their widgets are sold. If your goal is to make compliance easier and more streamlined, BLE may be your best bet. For instance, you can use an active RFID system to track and report equipment that is shipped to or from your building for reporting purposes. If you need to get a handle on quality control, BLE is ideal. You can use an active Bluetooth-based RFID system to, say, track pallets to ensure all of your fresh produce leaves the plant on schedule. If you want to monitor visitors or vendors on your property or job site, look into a BLE system. You can integrate active RFID into an ID or visitor badge and help mitigate any potentially harmful or hazardous situations. Another application using BLE beacons is to keep sure that pharmaceuticals are stored in the desired temperature and humidity ranges. What we need here is to just affix a Bluetooth asset tag on a box of pharmaceuticals. The tags interact with BLE beacons installed throughout the inside of a hospital. Beacons monitor environmental factors such as temperature and humidity and send data to a server about how long specific medicines have been stored in specific conditions. A server's software tracks and displays a history of environmental factors for each package of medicine. So, we can ensure that pharmaceuticals are kept under ideal storage conditions, thereby improving shelf life and reducing waste. Now, we are going to talk about some of the aspects of security within Bluetooth Low Energy. Now, security is a very large topic that we would require hours to cover. But we are gonna give a simple overview of the security management processes in Bluetooth Low Energy. Now Bluetooth Low Energy was designed with an AES 128-bit encryption scheme for security, and AES 128 is one of the most robust encryption schemes. But it is very important to understand how J's are exchanged to really evaluate the true level of security. If key exchange is weak, then an attacker get a hold of the keys, making security in it through encryption useless. Now BIOS has 5 main keys. There is a temporary key, a short-term key, a long-term key, an identity resolving key, and a connection signature key. Now, the temporary key is used during the pairing process. The pairing mechanism is the process where the parties involved exchange their keys and their identity information to set up trust and get the encryption keys ready for future data exchange. In Bluetooth Low Energy 2.4, there was a major change on the generation of this key. Now, the short-term key is used as the key for encrypting a connection for the very first time devices pair. The short-term key is generated by using 3 pieces of information: the temporary key and 2 random numbers. One generated by the slave and one generated by the master. Once the connection is encrypted with a short-term key, the other keys are distributed. The long-term key replaces the short-term key and encrypt the connection. The identity resolving key is used for privacy and allows Bluetooth Low Energy using what looks like a random address set up to an eavesdropper to hide who is talking to who. And then, there is the connection signature key and is used in authentication. In an encryption process, it is kind of like a chain, and encryption is only as strong as the weakest link. The temporary key is a major difference between Bluetooth Low Energy 4.1 and 4.2. In versions 4.0 and 4.1, there are 3 options specified for generating the temporary key. The first option is It Just Works. It is a mode designed to make the connection to Bluetooth Low Energy devices possible when very limited user interfaces prevent a user from entering or checking a passkey value. This would a device without display. The temporary key in this situation is 0. It is obvious that this situation is vulnerable. The passkey entry method is another mode that you use when there is a user interface on both devices that can allow for at least a simple display and entry of a numeric value. This value can take any integer between 0 and 999.999. This number is not big enough to be immune to brute force attack, but it is still better than no key whatsoever. Now out of band mode is when the temporary key is shared thanks to another technology. Near-field communication technology is the most common one, is considered fairly secure. Here tapping 2 devices together to share that key and initiate a Bluetooth connection. Now, Bluetooth 4.2 has improved security dramatically. The numeric comparison method is added to the other 3 methods. An ECDHR elliptical curve Diffie-Hellman algorithm is used for key exchange in the process. The principle is based on elliptic curve in a form of y squared equals x cubed plus ax plus b. We are not going to go into the details of the addition and multiplication for elliptic curves. But be aware that they are very secure. And it is close to impossible to reverse. Now imagine G is a public key, and D and E are the private keys. Alice can send P being date equal to D multiplied by G, and then B and G are known to an attacker, but there is no known mathematical tool to find D. The same thing can happen for Bob and his private key. Alice and Bob can then calculate a new key R equal to D multiplied by E multiplied by G. They then have a common key to encrypt their messages, and an eavesdropper cannot calculate it. So they can hear each other. But nobody else could understand that data. Now we can say that we covered Bluetooth Low Energy topic. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.